Want to know how I make my videos and blogs? Well, in this video, in under 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how. First of all, what I do is find a topic. Most of my topics are things that I don't know. It's a concept or content that I'm not familiar with, and I think other people will be interested in knowing how it works and the way it works. Now, sometimes it's not content, it's actually the process of making something. So, for example, in this video, what I'm going to be doing is spending some time working on jump cuts, and you'll see me do some jump cuts like this one. Some ideas are bigger than others. If it's more than 20 minutes or 1,000 words of script, I will outline in what I refer to as a TOC. This is a spreadsheet that lists general chapters, video titles, and a description of individual videos. Especially in video, I use this through the process to hit my milestones of writing, recording, editing, and posting. Then I goof off for a while. Not really. I do research by playing with what I'm trying to teach. I do this several times by painting, drawing, or working in Swift playgrounds. This often happens in coffee shops and restaurants, like this one, with one of my iPads. Then I sit down and start writing the draft. I'll write an introduction and conclusion. In between, I'll take the viewer through a journey of discovery. I'll use Campbell's hero's journey with the viewer as the hero. I'm Yoda or Obi-Wan in this scenario. Notice I'm not careful with my spelling here, and I let my fingers just get the words out. Often I'll switch and do the thing I'm demoing. So I'll stop, do a test, and then write down the step. If I'm writing for print or web, I'll screen capture here to make sure my text matches what I'm writing. Then I get into editing. I'll go through Grammarly and clean up the words. Then I'll do a second reading and check the content. In print, I'll add screenshots and illustrations. I'll read through again, finding where I'll be making more illustrations or diagrams. Sometimes I'll have to do some graphic design. Some will be simple graphics. For video, I'll make Keynote or PowerPoint presentations and export them for video production. Now I'm ready for the last steps for shipping. I'll post to a website for text pieces, either my own, a newsletter in MailChimp, or possibly LinkedIn's feed. Video is more involved. I start the video production process with recording. I have a standard setup, so I don't have to do much changing around of cameras. Most of my work is screenshots only, so this is relatively simple. This video will have high quality audio. This video also becomes the foundation of everything else. In a piece like this one, I'll record some live action sequences planned out for my script. Usually, these are filmed with iPhones. In a few cases, I might need B-roll, environmental shots, or sometimes external clips. I'll find those before editing, though sometimes I'll need reshoots during editing. Then I start the editing process. I have all the clips available to me on my editing software, here in LumaFusion on my iPad. I'll add the main clip and cut it first to remove all the problems. Then I'll add the extra clips into the main clip, which are B-roll and live action clips. On top of that, I'll add animations and images. Most of these are titles like this one. I'll review all of this. If there's any problems at this stage, I'll fix them. After all is done, depending on the video, I'll add in backing music. Finally, I'll post it to the video platform I'm using, adding thumbnails and titles for public consumption. I'll need to make a few changes there, and the video is ready for people to watch. So that's my process as I'm sitting here in the coffee studio, finishing it up and getting the editing finished here. And so, I do a lot of stuff in places like this, as I said. I've been using a lot of tools here. I just do want to mention, as we're learning in this video, that this is about the process. I used a lot of tools. I mentioned a lot of tools, but the tools themselves are not the process. There's an old saying that people would have a magical pencil that some great artist used, and that doesn't really work, but how you learn how that artist did things does work. So hopefully you learn a little bit about process out of all this, and I'm looking forward to reading everyone else's as well.